Alright, I'm back again with 7 Days to Die. I am Ryan. You can call me Mr. Acid or Mr. Acid Heads or just Ryan. Any of them work. Or Acid Heads, which is my kind of producer name that I took on many a moon ago when I started using Sony's Acid software. Acid Pro, even though it's no longer with Sony, is still my go-to because I know how to use it. It doesn't have as many bells and whistles as Ableton or some of the other DAW softwares, but it gets the job done. And quite frankly, after using it for over a decade now, I don't really want to have to try to learn an entirely new DAW. Because, I mean, they finally put sidechaining into the Acid software, which was one of the biggest things missing from it. So it has most of the really essential bells and whistles. It does not have all the fancy stuff, but it, like I said, it gets the job done. Anywho, you probably aren't here because you give a shit about music production software. I'm just mumbling and meandering a boot. So let's get back into 7 Days to Die. So this is kind of, pardon me. I was gonna say a generic playthrough, but I do have kind of a theme in mind for this. I didn't want to do anything grandiose as far as, like some of the series I kinda was attempting to start. Like El Desperado and The Architect and all that. I decided to kind of put those on the side burner for the time being, and then I'll pick it up later because Alpha 20 is supposed to be coming somewhat soon, and I don't want to be like 40 days into a game or something and then a playthrough and then have it get scuttled because the new alpha. Throw both of those in there. Now, do want to use the hammer. So the music you're hearing in the background is my own. I'm gonna get this. And if you're interested, I will be uploading pretty much all the tracks I make will go on my page. You'll be able to download them to listen to, and also be able to use them for your own videos and whatnot, as long as you give me credit. Which isn't just because I want my name to get out there, which I do, but also because I use licensed material, and if I'm not given credit, technically you are using them illegally. Any of that licensed content without crediting me as the producer using that content means that you are doing something illegal. Technically. Not trying to scare you or ooga booga booga or anything, so that's the situation. Plus, honestly, I made the song. I would appreciate, if you do go ahead and use something in the video or whatever, letting people know that I made it. But anyway, yeah, again, enough of all that nonsense. Oh, why did I do that? I was going to show the bass off. I mean, not a whole lot to show off yet. Rambling on about bullshit, nonsense. And I guess the beginning of the video isn't necessarily a bad time to talk about. But yeah, I do have a Patreon page. I'm putting music on there, and a lot of posts about tabletop RPG stuff and video game design, as well as just whatever I feel like putting on. My current goals, I talked about this way too much in the last video, I'll kind of speed through it as much as I can here. Current goals are to get YouTube monetized, which means I need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 viewing hours. So I need a bit over 200 more subscribers to get there to the 1,000 subscriber mark, and then obviously if I have a couple hundred people watching my videos regularly, 4,000 hours will just zip by. But, you know, get YouTube monetized and then have enough YouTube money coming in and Patreon money coming in to get a proper internet connection so I can do live streaming properly, not have to rely on Wi-Fi. And then after that, I would like to get a server, a game server for multiplayer for my Patreons, or possibly get two. There's enough money coming in to do it. Get a public server and a Patreon server. Plus, you know, just I don't have a job, so any income whatsoever would be a quality of life. That's kind of where I'm at with the channel and just my goals for growing this. And, you know, Twitch as well. So let's actually get into the damn game. Do have a Mo coming up to say hi. Hey Mo. Oh, got no head. Oh no, Mo. Oh. Poor Mo. Mo lost his head. Okay, so this is the base I've been working on. The way I jumped right onto that, for some reason that tickled me. So it's going to be a trap base. I'm not sure if I want to build some more pillars. I might build more pillars. Because what I'm wanting to do, maybe make it like a wall. No, I don't want to do that because then the zombies might. I guess if I put it along like this, that would work just fine. Zombies can get through. Yeah, that'll work. That will definitely. Wood doing. Alright. Gives me plenty of space on the sides here. I don't know what the hell I'd call this. It's called a trap base. And, yeah, I mean, if you're familiar with the game, you probably already have a good idea of what I'm planning to do. I'll go ahead and give you the tour and show off what I've built so far a bit. I mean, not like there's a lot to show off. I believe that this is a COMPOPACK POI, like a festival ground or something. And there's several of these small buildings that have flat roofs, which are really, really good places to use as a POI conversion for making a base. Whether you want to just make a horde base or you want to make a home base that's also going to be a horde base. Most people recommend that you don't have your home base and horde base in the same place. Often I go ahead and do that just so I can get all my resources together. But it is entirely possible and plausible that I will make a second spot as a horde base, or later. The first couple of hordes, you know, day 7, day 14, or if you're using random or earlier hordes, whatever day you have. The first couple of hordes, even though I use higher XP, and I'm also using 150% loot on this one, just because I like getting more stuff, really. This is more of a casual playthrough. Because, did I start talking about that and then get sidetracked? I do that sometimes, a lot. But because Alpha 20 is supposed to be coming, probably did already say this, but hate myself just in case I didn't. Because Alpha 20 is supposed to be coming soon, I don't want to get a long playthrough going, only to have it disrupted. I must have already said that, like I did. But yeah, this is just kind of a more casual playthrough, but it is kind of focused on more of an intellect build. Speaking of which, I probably... So, go ahead and stick a point down. One there yet. Addition. Go ahead and go up to 5 on intellect altogether. Hopefully I can find some nerdy glasses soon, and that'll get me up to 6. I can start filling in on the other attributes there. So, I think some people ignore some of these perks. Grease Monkey I tend to not get, but it's not a bad one to grab because, especially once you get to Tier 2, you can start crafting car batteries, gas cans, without having to find the schematic, and also start crafting mini bikes. But yeah, just the fact that you can craft vehicle stuff way quicker and cheaper. I think one of those levels, I'm thinking, got... see, parts, oil and quality 3 car bat, motorcycle parts cheaper, 4x4 stuff, more efficient stacks of gas cans so you can create the compressed stacks, bundles, and craft batteries, which is really useful for energy purposes. Although I would think that by the time you would get that all the way up to level 5, you would, with other priorities, getting... I don't know, I guess it just depends on what you want to do with it. The Grease Monkey has some good stuff, but I usually don't put points in that. Sometimes I do if I want to try to get the bicycle or mini bike. Advanced Engineering is actually very good. Because not all, I think a lot of people ignore it because they think, oh, it's just unlocking forges, workbenches, and cement mixers. That's all that it is. But no, that's just the first 2 levels. Plus, the first level you craft glue cheaper. You craft forge and craft items 20% faster. Second level, you craft stuff with workbenches and cement mixers 20% faster. At third level, not only are you able to unlock and build electrical stuff, your forge recipes cost 10% less, and crafting forged steel and electrical devices costs 15% less, plus you start getting XP, 20% experience from all of your electrical trap kills, and then it just keeps getting better. Till you have 50% XP from electrical trap kills. All of your forge recipes cost 20% less, 1/5 less. Forged steel and electrical stuff costs 35% less. So, it's definitely not worthless. Some people seem to think it is. It most definitely is not. Position. Not only do you unlock chemistry stations at first level, along with first aid bandages and plaster casts, but every single level gives you more healing from all of your healing items. Plus, you can start crafting things like the first aid kits, steroids, and all kinds of other stuff. But mostly, it's the fact that every level gives you a boost to how much health you get from your healing items, and how fast you craft stuff at the chemistry station. So even just getting 1 point in that's definitely worth it. I think, again, a lot of people ignore it because they think it's useless. Oh, all it does is unlock the chemistry station. I can find the schematic or just buy one. No, it does more than that. I think most people know that Robotics Inventor is good. Electrocutioner, the stun baton is actually pretty good. It may not have been in the past, but with the mod that you can put on it that launches enemies away from you, and the nerd, the candy that makes it hit in an area of effect. Plus, in and of itself, I mean, it does enough damage. Better Barter and Daring Adventurer are absolutely awesome. In single player, the only one is useless is Charismatic, the Charisma one, but it's really good for multiplayer. Intellect is definitely a strong tree if you don't sleep on it. It's day 4, so he's gotten restocked. What kind of stuff you might have that's worth grabbing? Gunpowder would be grabbing. The oil, maybe. The glue, definite. Cement is good to grab. Oil shell, you can get that pretty cheap, and that would actually be like 800 gas right there. So, not really worth it. But on the other hand, I don't know where any desert area is currently, so possibly worth it. Hugh is the weapons guy, so seeing what kind of weaponry he has. Doesn't actually have a lot. It's a lot more bullet tips and bullet casings. That would be a generator bank. Let's see, what has he got over here? Crossbow, honey run. 454 STFU schematic. That's a gun I put into the game. I'm gonna have to, because I put all the all except for the shotguns I put into the game using another mod as the basis. I need to go ahead and just remove all the stuff that I added to that mod and make it into my own mod. Problem is that a lot of the guns that I created use the assets from that mod, so I don't think that would... Or I don't know how well that would. Sniper is a good book series if you're going to use a rifle. Just being able to craft hollow point 7.62 is not bad either. That's beneficial for both machine guns and rifles. Motorcycle handlebars is good. Pocket mods are always good. The muffled connecting mods are good once you start getting into higher level armor. That book isn't particularly useful, but the Magnum Enforcer series in general isn't bad if you're using handguns. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a huge selection of stuff. You're getting a leather duster would be nice.
I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
Yeah, fuck you. I was gonna see if he had any jabs. And any jabs. None that are anywhere nearby. Until I get a vehicle, I usually will only do like up to around 500 meters away. And after I get a bike, I'll usually go a bit more like to the 700-800 range. And once I get something with a motor in it, the mini bike or a motorcycle, I'll go ahead and start taking stuff that's further away. Like even over a kilometer. Buddy in here. Okay. I complain. Of course, there's not a whole lot of stuff in it. It's got somewhat better stats, but the Letterman jacket or whatever it is, the college kid jacket, gives you a boost to speed. Don't think I have the book that gives you... I don't have it. But Harvest Coffins for Bones, Jewelry, and Precious Gems, that's actually a pretty good one when you're close to a graveyard. Cool, so I should be able to dig up the graves later. Which sounds absolutely goddamn horrible. This is another mod that I use. I definitely would recommend it. It might feel too like it's overpowered too easy or something. In that case, okay, that's fine. But I kind of like it, being able to loot the dead vending machines. If I did, I would have put one in salvage ops. As one of my favorite perks to grab early on. I've heard people say that it's not worth getting early on because it's a percentage-based skill. But the thing about when you're salvaging cars and stuff is that I don't think it's tied to your game stage at all. I think it's basically it's more like resource gathering. The resource nodes, every single block of resource, like the iron, oil shell, all those, I think they have a fixed amount to start with, and then as you upgrade your other load skill, you get more. I think the salvage ops works the same way. I think there is a limited amount of stuff you can get by default from cars and everything you can salvage, which there's a lot of things in the game you can salvage. And then by getting salvage ops, you increase the amount of stuff you get, just like with Motherlode. Plus it speeds up salvaging of itself. Yeah, you gain 20% more resources, which is the same wording as here. Harvest 20% more from ore, stone, terrain blocks, and trees. Gains 20% more resources. Salvage. So yeah, I don't know why people say you shouldn't get it until later in the game, because I'm pretty sure it works like Motherland. You get a boost to the amount of resources you get, regardless of your level. So there's no reason to wait if you're going to be salvaging stuff. And it's always worth it to salvage stuff, in my opinion. Obviously, if you don't want to spec heavily into perception, you don't want to put too many points into it, but one of the nice things about Salvage Ops is that it's one of the ones that I think up till level 3, it's a 1-1. Yeah, you only need perception level 3 to get level 3 in Salvage Ops. You also only need level 3 to get 3 in Lucky Looter. Treasure Hunter, actually, I find is worth it just because it speeds up treasure hunting and resource the supply quests, buried supplies quests so much, and you only need level 4 in perception to get second level in that, which speeds it up amazingly. And I think to get 4 in Salvage Ops, you need 5 in perception. So getting, you know, that would be, if you wanted to get, let's say, that's 4 points in perception, then you could put another 4 points in Lucky Looter and 4 points in Salvage Ops. That's 13 points, and then you could put a couple more points in Treasure Hunter for 15 points total, which is a lot, especially if you don't use any mods that it gives you more points. I use a few. I didn't like... I did very briefly try out a mod that gave you 2 points a level, but it was just too much, I felt. I didn't miss any of that stuff. So what I use instead is those quests of citizenship. That mod gives you perk points. I'm using one, it's called the Zombipedia, which is a series of books that gives you actual tips for gameplay from people that play the game. There's 15 of them, each one gives you a perk point, and you can only read them once. And also, every time, another mod that every time you complete a tier of quests. Thought I'd cleared this place out, but okay. Apparently everything's already respawned. Bastards. Let's... It's me dark black stick. Which sounds way more fucked up. Oh. I can... because it's within the range of my land claim. I don't need to tear it apart. Are things around here I can grab? Ooh. I didn't even think about this. I can just grab myself a couple of spotlights. Or I could have left them right here and then hooked them. Reposition it this way. Holy shit. Get myself some hides. Yeah. Not that they're particularly useful for anything, but what the hell? Oh. Stuff. You're not a whole lot, but that's... Things better than nothing. Got to check this area. I got... No, I didn't get all the stuff in here. In through this place, I didn't grab it. Yes, completely missed that gigantic corpse, piece of corpse, setting right there and keep hitting the table instead. Just loads of stuff. I have said it several times, and I will continue to say it. They need to sort out the goddamn hitboxes in this game. Stop worrying about whether or not Trader Jin has huge tits and the Ripper Zombie has jiggle physics, and sort out your goddamn hitbox. Hey, Mo! Dead Mo. And coffee. I don't drink coffee, but character. Now, the cooking pods actually melt down pretty quick. Why I grab. Yeah. Great shot without crosshairs on them. Not when they're bobbling and freaking all over the place at any. Just standing still usually. But I think that's probably true of most people. Oh, quite fair. How did that? It's long. And there's a save. Because, of course, there. Fortunately, I have another mod on here, this door smasher, that is my skeleton key. One of the things about the COMPOPACK POIs is that people, they put down these chests and safes all over the place for them. Not only do you have to deal with oftentimes way too many zombies for what's in the location as far as game balance, but then you have to unlock the stuff too, so it's entirely possible to fight your way through a ridiculous amount of zombies, get to the loot at the end, only to discover that it's all locked up and not have, or if you have lockpicks, to break them all because they break so damn easily. Or if you have no lockpicks, then you either have to give up the treasure, your loot, or stand there forever, bashing on it with something. Actually, I don't have any lockpicks. So this is going to take a but nowhere near as long as it was taken without that door smasher mod. For some reason, the game tags, the way the XML for mods works, game in general, is that doors, you can tag something to do extra damage to doors, but it also does extra damage to safes. So they seem to be associated. Anything, doors and safes, and anything that's locked. So yeah, it seems like chests too. Anything that's locked seems to get connected together in the code. But personally, I think if you're going to play with COMPOPACK, and this is just my opinion, you need a mod like this one. The door, it's Toad's, I think Toad's Door Smasher. You need it because there's COMPOPACK, there are way too many locked doors and way too many loot boxes and safes and things that are locked. It just makes it maybe some people think that that's fun for some reason. Personally, it's just, to me, it's just annoying. Like, I don't think every single POI has to be dungeon style with a clear path to follow, necessarily. But when you get into some of these locations and you have to bash your way through like 4 locked doors or something just to get into one room sometimes, or 2 locked, even just 1. Especially because when they put the locked doors in, they usually put in the most upgraded version of that door. Like, I don't know if I ever uploaded that video. I did delete some of the videos because they just set for too long, I think. That's the ruby ring. That's a picture of the Hope Diamond. I just used something, a royalty-free, not royalty, but public domain picture of something that's jeweled. The Hope Diamond. I just put that in as a placeholder picture for some jewelry that I modded in, just to add some variety on top of the gold nuggets and silver nuggets. Because I enjoy that kind of variety. It doesn't have to have any mechanical different, or add or change anything mechanical to the game. Just having a little bit of variety like that is something I like. So it's not the same old thing every single time. So just having the chance, what's nice about it to me is that, you know, the ruby rings are, there's 4 of them there, and then 5 nuggets. It's about the same, little bit better, the ruby rings, so the price on the ruby rings is a bit better than the gold nuggets. But then I also have things in there like pink diamonds and green diamonds, which are real, you know, colored diamonds are real, and they are often very rare and extremely expensive. You can look it up for yourself. I mean, the prices on some of these diamonds, it can be absolutely crazy. I mean, we're talking like hundreds of thousands of dollars for a single diamond. The really rare ones. So I put some stuff like that in there, just, I tried to make it really rare to get them. But I like having that chance that you might just get something really cool as far as sellables. Instead of just gold or silver nuggets, you might get some really, really expensive and good to sell diamonds and jewelry. stuff. I just like that sort of thing. Too soon. And over here, stop attacking the wall. That. It's left and right and center. Literally, left, right, and center. Alright. Go ahead and drop a point to salvage ops. I was talking it up so much. Throw those in. Oh, I keep water go into craftables. That snowballs go in there. Off goes in. Blue goes in there. Here leaves go in here. So the only weapon I have right now is the 9mm. Grab those. I can go ahead and collect the blunderbuss ammo for selling later. Or possibly even using. I mean, the blunderbuss actually isn't bad as a horde type weapon. You can just, if you don't have any other weapons to throw on your hotbar, you can throw a couple, 3 blunderbusses on there loaded up and just shoot them into the zombies' faces when they bunch up. Is a pretty good weapon for clearing out a bunched up group of zombies. Or at least thinning the herd a bit. Sidetracked earlier, I was talking about the base and I kind of finished this catwalk sort of thing up here and then completely forgot about what I was gonna talk about with the base itself. I guess I need to eat some food so my little dude here doesn't get too hungry. Something for milk, then drink some cola. Thought it take. Oh, not quite. Alright, fine. Eat another full can of sham on top of everything else. It's the wrath of my big black stick. So, where exactly I'll put everything, I don't know yet. It'll depend on what I'm feeling when I get to that point, but basically I'm going to be lining this with electric fence posts, shotgun turrets, and stuff like that. And then up here I will probably put 2 layers of dart traps. One down at the bottom and then one up here. Create an extra set of steps. It'll look like this. That's where I'll put the dart traps. So the zombies can still get up here. But they'll be coming through here, and I'll put in 3 of the strips, probably. I might put in... Actually, I think what I'll probably do is put in like 6 of the 1x1 trigger plates. I'll probably put them like Actually, I think the first trigger plates I'd put right here. I can... Yeah, I'd definitely be able to stretch it that far, especially using a relay. For this set of traps, the bottom, the ones that are making the step, I would trigger on a plate right here so that they should be getting hit at head level. And then maybe like right around here somewhere, I'd go ahead and put in the next bunch for the top set of dart traps. So again, they should be getting hit at head level when they come up the steps. And then start charging forward. And then, of course, just crisscrossing the area with some of the electric fence wires so I can have them get stunned. The reason why I wanted them off to the side is because I'm thinking about using this. For one thing, I like to use Molotovs early on, and this way I should be able to toss Molotovs out right. Well, then I would be damaging my trap plates, so maybe that's a bad idea. Probably. So I would definitely be able to shoot at them. That would be fine. I would be able to hit some shots on them. And of course, melee once they get up close to me. I'll have a turret over here, a sledge turret over here. And then once I can use 2 sledge turrets, I'll either put one on either side so that they're just getting bashed back and forth until they're killed, or put another one like over here so they can get, you know, have a couple of them right here so that they just get bashed off. Or even possibly just put one dead center right here up at the top so that they just keep getting knocked back down in front of dart traps, which wouldn't be a bad idea. The problem with doing that is that if I have, well, if I have it right in front, it shouldn't block my line of sight too bad. If I focus on firing up here when they're coming up the steps, the problem is that when they're jumping, it can be real easy to miss their heads, because I do have mods in place that one of them halves the damage to their bodies, so it's always 50% damage to the body no matter what, and the other one substantially increases headshot damage. So the only way to reliably kill them is to hit them in the head. Which is why I need those dart traps to hit them and, you know, have as good a chance as possible of hitting them in the face. I like this turn. Has this groove in there for a bit. Still just grooving away, I guess. I do like this track. No, I'm probably too critical of my own creations, but there are definitely songs I've made that I like better than others, and this is one of them. But probably have like 6 fence posts for the electric fences, just kind of stretching along here. Don't need a ton of them, because the idea would mostly be to stop them at key points. Like I'd want fence posts on either side here to stop them when they're coming up the steps, so I can shoot them, and so they can get hit by the darts as they're coming up. And like I said, I probably would have the second line of dart triggers like right one or these two right here. That either, you know, right around here would be pretty good, and so I'd have another line of fence right there to stop them on trigger plates. And maybe have another one like right back here. I don't necessarily want the electric fences up close, because I mostly want to stun them when they're further out so I can see them and shoot them, and to give the dart traps the best chance possible, like I said, of base. Which means I have to make a ridiculous amount of darts to make this work. They will chew through their ammo so goddamn. This is why I really need to find an iron soon. Then I want at least a couple of shotgun turrets, maybe 3, 4, at least 2, probably back over here. I think what I wanted to do is probably just have 2 down here, maybe more than that, because I could put a couple of them down up here and have them point down steps right through this path right here, have them pointed down, and then I can have a couple more back here pointed outward right around this area, so that as they come up the steps they're getting chewed up by the darts and shotgun turrets. And even though I use a mod that has removed vultures from the game, because they irritate the hell out of me, there are still flying enemies that are in the game because of another mod that's Snufkin's server zombies or something like that, custom zombies. And there are at least a couple, 3 of those that fly, so I am not immune to flying enemies on horde nights. So having a couple of SMG turrets up top, or anti-aircraft basically, anti-flying zombies, will also be a good idea. I suppose I could even stick a turret like right up here and aim it down this area, so that zombies should actually shot up there, and another one over here, so I could have like 4 shotgun turrets and 4 or 5 SMG turrets. Have a couple of SMG turrets, one on either side, like I was saying, aim them down this way to chew up the zombies, and then have a trio or so of them up here acting as a air cover. There's lots of things you can do with the traps. Now, blade traps, I don't know. Blade traps are tricky because, one, they go through their hit points really fast. And I haven't really left anywhere to put them, honestly. But I could go ahead and stick a couple of blade traps, one on either side up here, so that as they run through, to get up the steps that they're going to be hitting traps. But they might avoid the trap altogether unless I put like 3 of them across here so that they pretty much have to go through the traps to get up the steps. Or something else I could do, which would be really weird, possibly, is create... Actually, this could work really well, I'm thinking of, but I would have to make this into a double stage sort of thing. I would have to make the steps right here be the second part of it. Extend this walkway. That could work. I can extend this walkway and make more steps off to the side here, and then make like a big wall. Make it 3 wide, just like this. Just extend this same pathway off to the side a bit. And basically what I'll be doing, demonstrate here, making a wall, probably about 3x3 wall like that. Kind of nice. Make it like this, and I think this would work. And yeah, put the blade traps on the side. I know you can put them on walls. I've done it before. So that's not an issue. Issue is room and making sure that you got them in a good spot. But yeah, I would put the blade traps basically where the blocks on the side are in the wall. And like I said, I would just make that an extension going off that way or out into the street. And put the wall there with the blade traps on either side of it. I could even make it a long wall with a whole bunch of blade traps going down it. I mean, the only limit is resources and access to the blade traps, which usually aren't that hard to get your hands on or to build them. But yeah, I've made that before. A narrow pathway with a blade trap on a wall. The zombies will path right across it and they get smacked in the face by the blades. It works like a charm. So yeah, I think I'll probably do that. That sounds like fun. Likes fun? Yes, it sounds like fun. Ooh, doggies. Darn varmints. Didn't I grab some candles? It's way too damn dark in here. There, that's better. A little bit of light. Going. All right, where did this idiot go? Sneak up on. What was it? They made a couple of holes and they should have made other holes on. Understand? Get stuck on things so damn sometimes. There's more than enough space to get through here. These fences are not hard to jump over. Even the zombies can easily jump over them. Started. Oh, you're zombies, your brains are rotting away, but come on. Somehow managed to have super advanced architectural knowledge on Horde Night. How the hell can't you manage to get over a fence any other time? Dumbasses. Eesh. Morons. Surrounded by morons. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and call that a video, because it's all about, that open? About 4 in the AM, 400 game time, so that's pretty much a video, I think. I've gone on over an hour. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video, and all that, and comment, and all that good stuff, because it helps the channel grow. It really does help the channel grow. And if you're interested, come check out the Patreon. Links are all in the description. If you want to check out any of the mods I've created, it's in the description. There will be links in the description to get those mods. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. This is Ryan, Mr. Acid Heads, Mr. Acid, or Acid Heads. I'll see you on the next one. See you later. Have a good day.